Okay, so this is QCA Coaching Academy, and today we will discuss that what is addition of vectors by rectangular components. आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वह है एडिशन ऑफ वेक्टर्स बाय रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट्स। तो एडिशन ऑफ वेक्टर्स बाय रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट्स क्या है, या हम वेक्टर्स को कैसे बाय रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट्स मेथड ऐड कर सकते हैं। इससे पहले मैंने आपको बताया था कि रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ वेक्टर्स क्या है। रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ वेक्टर, रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ वेक्टर के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था कि इट इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ अ स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ वेक्टर इनटू इट्स कंपोनेंट्स। जब हम एक वेक्टर को उसके कंपोनेंट्स में स्प्लिट करें तो इसे हम क्या कहते हैं, रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ वेक्टर। व्हेन वी स्प्लिट अ वेक्टर इनटू इट्स कंपोनेंट्स, जस्ट लाइक इन टू डायमेंशनल, इन one is x axis and one is y axis। अगर ये एक वेक्टर A है, क्लियर, it is in a two dimensional plane and this is the origin of this vector, this x and y axis, this is the origin. Now what will be the x component of this A vector? It will be ax, understand, and what will be the y component? इस a वेक्टर का जो y component है वो होगा ay। this is the angle theta। तो हमने ax की जो मैग्नीट्यूड है वो भी फाइंड आउट किया था और ay का जो मैग्नीट्यूड है उसे भी फाइंड आउट किया था। ax का जो यानी ए वेक्टर की जो x कंपोनेंट है उसका मैग्नीट्यूड क्या था, ax इज इक्वल टू a cos थीटा। सिमिलरली y कंपोनेंट ऑफ द a वेक्टर, इसका मैग्नीट्यूड था ay इक्वल्स टू a sin थीटा। एंड फॉर डायरेक्शन, सिमिलरली फॉर मैग्नीट्यूड, बिफोर डायरेक्शन वी विल फाइंड आउट द मैग्नीट्यूड। The magnitude of A vector was by using Pythagoras theorem, because we have this triangle here. So the magnitude of this A vector was equal to ax square plus ay square under the root. This was the magnitude of this A vector. Similarly, if you want to find out the direction of this vector, because vector has magnitude plus direction, and as we know that for a complete specification of vector we need direction as well, understand. So for this case, what will be the direction of this A vector? So remember this, that for direction you have to use tangent theta, and tangent theta is equal to perpendicular divided by base. What is perpendicular here? Here theta, इस theta के सामने ये क्या होता है, this is perpendicular. What is this one? This is base and this one is hypotenuse. So tangent theta, it will becomes equal to, what is perpendicular here, ay. What is base here? That is ax, and we are interested in theta. So what will be theta? Theta will be equals to tangent inverse ay divided by ax. So this will give us the direction of vector A, and this will give us the magnitude of vector A. So it was all about resolution of vector। ये resolution of vector के बारे में था। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है, this is somehow similar to resolution of vector, but we will use these x component of a vector, y component of a vector, and if we consider another vector b, clear? So this b will also have by component and bx component. So we will consider another vector b, and before that we have studied, इससे पहले हमने ये स्टडी किया था कि जब हम टू वेक्टर्स को ग्राफिकली ऐड करते हैं, व्हेन वी ऐड टू वेक्टर्स ग्राफिकली, जब हम दो वेक्टर्स को ग्राफिकली ऐड करते हैं तो हम हेड टू टेल रूल्स यूज करते हैं. हेड टू टेल रूल सेज दैट लेट्स से दिस इज ए वेक्टर and the head of the a vector at our first vector will coincide the tail of the second vector, and this will be the resultant vector, that is r is a plus b. So it was all about head to tail rule. Now when we will add two vectors, for example when we add two vectors by what? By rectangular components. How? This will be the case. This is two axes. One is x axis and one is y axis. Here we have these two axes. सबसे पहले मैं, this is origin. This is let's say a vector a. ये क्या है? A vector a है. इसकी जो x कंपोनेंट होंगी वो क्या होंगी? लाइक दिस वन. दिस इज ax and along this one it will be ay. Understand? Similarly, अगर एक दूसरा वेक्टर b हम ले लें, दिस इज अ वेक्टर b, इस b वेक्टर्स की x और y कंपोनेंट्स क्या होंगे? This will be the x component of this vector, understand, and this will be the y component of this vector. Similarly, इसकी सामने ये वाली a vectors तो यहां तक है ना? Yes, up to this point we have a vector. a vector यहां तक है, तो यहां से ओरिजिन से इस पॉइंट तक दिस इज ax, लेकिन इस पॉइंट से इस पॉइंट तक इट विल बी bx. Understand? And this one, this is ay, because vector a from origin to this point, this is ay, so this will be ay. Understand? What will be this one? What will be this one? This is in front of this. It is in front of this, so it will be also ay. Understand? What will be the resultant of this a vector and p vector? इस दोनों वेक्टर का resultant क्या होगा? What will be the resultant? The resultant of both vectors, it will be like this. So this will be the resultant. Now what is this one? Look at here. This is the resultant x component of the resultant. This is rx, and rx will be equals to ax plus bx. Understand? What will be along y-axis? This will be ry, and ry will be equals to ay plus by. And again this is a triangle, so here we can apply Pythagoras theorem. And when we will apply Pythagoras theorem, so what will be the magnitude of this r? The magnitude, this is hypotenuse. Understand? What is this? This is hypotenuse. This is base. and this is perpendicular. So this will, the resultant R, it will be equal to hypotenuse square is equal to Rx base square plus Ry perpendicular square. Now this is R, we have to, R square, we have to take square root. Taking square root here, the R magnitude will becomes equal to, it will becomes equal to Rx square plus Ry square under the root. This is the magnitude of this resultant vector R. Now if we want to find out the theta, what is the angle theta for the resultant vector R? इस resultant vector R की angle direction क्या है? Understand? So for direction, once again we will use what? Tangent theta. What is tangent theta? Tangent theta is perpendicular divided by base. So what is perpendicular? That is Ry. What is base? It is Rx. So theta is equal to tangent inverse Ry divided by Rx. This will be the direction. Understand? So at this process in which we ate two vectors by its component, हमने इसमें क्या किया? हमने ए वेक्टर्स की जो कंपोनेंट्स है उसे लेकर और बी वेक्टर्स की जो कंपोनेंट्स है उसे लेकर ऐड किया, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट वी गॉट द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ एक्स कंपोनेंट प्लस y components of a vector. So this is called addition of vectors by rectangular components. Understand?